everybody. I'm Jay the Kid. That's Broke Boy Bray.
Yo, yo.
And we are back with another episode of Four Ropes Full Podcast. Now, we don't have Visionary 23 on yet. And LC had some other things he had to do. But you got your OG boys right here. And we are going to talk all things wrestling. Let's start with wrestling this week. You know, we got some very interesting news, Bray.
Mm-hmm.
We have a mid card championship for the women. Now, we're going to give our opinions on it, and then we're going to talk about the people who we think deserves that championship on the SmackDown brand. Now, me personally, I like it, but it's only if they push it right.
And that's going to be the major thing is how are they pushing this title? Because we've seen, especially over the last couple of years, that they had to kind of revitalize how the Intercontinental and U.S. Championship on the men's side were viewed. Because prior to that, they weren't viewed as shit other than Gunther's Intercontinental Championship reign. Think about the U.S. title prior to, Logan Paul in the late night. Even then, you can still consider it kind of like in the air. Like we really don't know what's happening there. But we can always have hope and prosper that the women do get the correct booking and how this title will be looked at going forward. As far as wrestlers, I would like to see with the title.
Hmm.
I can't really even think of like anybody crazy on the SmackDown roster because like the one person I would really like to see have it would probably be like Bianca. I mean, not Bianca, Jade. But obviously, with her being in the tag team situation, that's not really likely to happen anytime soon. But I feel
Yeah,
like that'd be a good first title for her, first singles title. Don't put her immediately in the world championship. Kind of, we have to build her up.
true. But at the same time, I mean, me personally, I feel like if we are going to push Jade Cargill, I need her in a world title picture just because Jade Cargill has a certain way about herself and how she does things to
Hmm.
where it is basically, hey, Aaron, can you hear us?
Yeah,
I bet it up. We are getting joined right now by one of our newest members we had this week, and we got Visionary 23 on. How you feeling today, gang?
I'm good. How y'all doing?
We
Yeah,
good, we
man.
good. Hey,
For
hold on,
sure.
real quick. You might want to change your angle real quick.
My
We'll
ankle?
put you on. Yeah, yeah.
Oh shit.
I don't know where you ain't on. So it's like it's showing you like I don't know how to say it, like probably turn the camera probably.
It's showing you a landscape when you want to be
Is it
in.
like this?
Yeah, right there.
Uh,
Bet it up. So as we talking right now, since you popped in at the perfect time. Actually, we are talking about how the Women's United States Championship will go on SmackDown, and since you in, go ahead tell us what you think about it personally.
um, they gonna do like a tournament. I think it got to be a tournament.
But who do you
Maybe.
see? Who do you see walking out with it, and what are your plans? Like, what do you feel like the plan should be for that person?
Ooh, this might be a hot take, but I'm thinking maybe Naomi. I think
That's
Naomi
not a
might.
hot take.
No, that's not a hot
That's
take
not
at
a hot take.
all.
I would
That's
I would
actually
support
perfect
that.
for her.
I would support
Yeah.
it. But you see, I want Naomi to be I don't want her to be the inaugural champion. As much as I love Naomi and I think Naomi deserves like that one moment,
Hmm.
I personally think just because I thought about it yesterday and I thought to myself, who are some women who have went everywhere and done the job that they were supposed to do? And I'm not gonna lie to you, it's either Chin or it's Chelsea Green for me personally.
Oh, okay. I
I
can
can
see that.
respect that.
It's just because
Yeah.
like these women have like Mia Yim. You have sent her over to NXT to push Jada Parker and some of the younger girls.
Hmm.
You sent her to Raw. You sent her over to SmackDown to get beat up by Nia Jax to make her look like a dominant champion. You've let her
Yeah.
go over there on SmackDown and get literally demolished on the mic by Chelsea Green. Not saying she can't step up for herself or anything,
Hmm.
but when you think about it, Chin has done everything, and I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't remember one moment where she had a legit like championship match where I was like, you know what?
She really
You
hasn't
gonna
had
put
a
that
lot.
belt on her.
Also, too, that's
Yeah.
also kind of bummer part about it. She really hasn't had a crazy amount of title matches.
Exactly. So it's just like, you if you go back to NXT, the black and gold days when Triple H was under it, she put up good ass War Games matches with I forgot who was it. Was it goddamn
I know who you're talking about,
was
but
it EO Sky that she had the War
I think
Games advantage match with?
yeah.
yeah.
Like she got pushed off of that ladder, went through that motherfucker. I ain't gonna lie to you. I thought she was really fucked up. I didn't think she was gonna be in that match. But she
Hmm.
still put on a good ass match. Chelsea Green, on the other hand, has done everything you asked for. She's been the clown. She's been the goofball. She's been everything. And then she got this independent, like wrestling style. Where it's like, it's not to, throw away anything she's done in wrestling, but like she has an independent wrestling scene where it's like it doesn't seem like she's trying to be perfect on every move. She knows she's gonna fuck up. But the one thing
Yeah.
she gonna sell you on is just her energy to be hated. I've never seen a woman that's loved to be hated as much as she is right
she
now.
thrives off that shit. And see that's what makes her character so like engulfing is that we've never seen a character like that. Like we've seen on the men's side, but for the women, we've never seen a woman that's kind of more says like, yeah, I want the crowd to fucking hate me. I want this negative attention on me because that's a look. And people really they'll realize that when it comes to wrestling, like, yeah, they may be seen as a heel, but that's putting more eyes on them than if they were a face. Because we have so many faces that are running around that aren't doing anything.
Like
But
Mhm.
legit, like this is how I figured out. This is what I feel like. We out there booing Chelsea Green. In all reality, in her head, she doing this.
Yeah, walked in cool, walked in too fresh, I'm with my boo. Rub my back, baby, you my masseuse. I got a double cup, look like Tony full
Like
of
this
juice.
is
She
what I
wanna
think
walk and
she's
flock a
doing
nigga, shake
in her
my
head.
dreads in the bed. I'm counting money in the
nah,
bed,
she
all these
definitely
thoughts
just
in
be
my head. I
cool and she
might
don't
get
care.
flowers.
And it's just like I just think that that's so Chelsea Green for her to not
No,
care.
very much.
Hmm.
And I think that it just has to be the Chelsea or it has to be Michin as the
And
first.
see,
Now, if
that's
you
kind of
give
why
it
I was also saying it's kind of like a weird because like the women I would like to see also in it, but they're probably going to be in there. The women's intercontinental will be like Io Sky, Kyrie Sane. A lot of these women we see on the Raw roster.
Kyrie Sane would have one hell of a WrestleMania entrance with that title.
Yeah.
Brother, she would act a damn fool with that title, and she would go a killer run with it.
Like it's just like I think like when it comes down to it, all the women on the roster are deserving to an extent.
Mhm.
But
It's
the
about
one
who's the
thing,
hungriest.
I don't want WWE to do with this shit. I don't know if you boys remember this, but Ray John, you said you got back into wrestling when
2022 WrestleMania 38.
there was a moment in time where they still had the Divas Championship and they gave it to Charlotte. In Charlotte's WrestleMania first WrestleMania debut, they were awarding. They basically was like having a match for the inaugural Raw Women's Championship,
Mm-hmm.
and it was I think um, Sasha, Becky, and Charlotte.
Yep.
And when I tell you, for it being an inaugural championship match, the only person I felt only like was the only person to have a star performance was Charlotte Flair. And
Yeah.
again, I mentioned this shit last week. Charlotte, please do
Hmm.
not bring your ass back to here thinking that this shit revolves around you because it does not. So if you put your name in this tournament, I expect you to be out by the semifinals. And you go get a rivalry with somebody else. Nia Jax, I don't give a
Hell,
fuck.
honestly, I'll say it. She can even go to the finals, but I don't want her with this title.
Like,
Because I feel like,
Hmm.
given whoever does win the title, a dub over Charlotte would just kind of elevate them more. But you're right, she does not need this title.
she doesn't. There's no point of you giving Charlotte Flair a mid card title if you think that she's the queen of the goddamn
Her
division.
character should, not even allow her to want that title.
Right.
Like, the NXT title, that's explainable because that's their top, championship down there.
Yeah.
But mid card title, you're right. Her character would not let her want that belt. Like, yeah, it'd be like, oh, it's another belt, but she's not a belt collector. She's a world championship collector.
Hmm.
And that actually low key would be a fire ass t shirt for her. The
Yeah.
belt collector, and it's literally just like on the back, it's literally
All
every
her titles.
championship reigns. But there's no reason for her to have a United States Championship match any
It
point,
wouldn't do anything for her career.
at least for her first year back.
That's what I'm saying. Like we can give it to her a bit down the line, but like if we bring back Charlotte, one, we need to have Charlotte doing something important. We don't want Charlotte just to come back and just immediately be in like a feud with like Nia Jax, or they throw her on Raw and she's in a feud with Liv Morgan, because it'll be like,
What
what
the
did she
fuck are
do to
you doing?
deserve this?
Like what have you done? Like what are you doing? Like literally it should be like this is how I would book it.
Hmm.
Charlotte Flair comes back in and says, I'm going to be in this tournament for the Women's United States Championship. And if it comes down to it, I plan on showing any one of you women that's on the roster that think y'all are the best that y'all haven't stepped foot in here with me. Nia Jax takes offense to that and says, "Oh, you're the queen of this division? Last time I checked, I'm queen of the ring. I am the
And I
women's
won the world
champion.
championship in your
I am the
absence.
guy. I am the motherfucking big boss around this motherfucker. You just got back. So if you want to be a queen, you gotta wait in line until next year. You
Mhm.
want to be a champion again, you gotta wait till you get to me. You on the back of the line with all of this shit now, so stay your ass in the back." She says some more shit to piss off Nia Jax. Quarterfinals. I put it like Jade and Charlotte.
Hmm.
Charlotte and them putting up a great ass match, but right before the end, you see Nia Jax come from somewhere. They distract the referee with Tiffany Stratton
That's what I was gonna say.
says.
I'm like, Tiffany gonna be there.
Yeah.
So if you
Tiffany gonna act like she finna cash in on somebody.
like, it ain't even about cash in. It's like legit just going to interfere
Oh
in the
yeah, it
matchup
just
since it's like the tournament to crown it. She's going to get her ass in there. She is going to distract the referee from the outside or whatever. And then Nia Jax is going to come through. She's going to look at which one she hates more because she had a little feud with Jade. And I ain't going to lie to you. I think Jade could make her look a little bit more of a threat.
no.
I ain't
Jay could
saying beat
definitely.
her.
No, Jay would definitely put up a good fight against her. I feel like if they are gonna book it, that would kind of be the way to go for like a championship right now for Nia. Like if we are gonna do this, Tiffany Stratton and a Nia Jax match a little bit till closer to WrestleMania.
Mhm.
Jaden, Jaden Nia, that'll be fire, and have Bianca get jealous.
I
I see
agree.
that.
Have Bianca get jealous because Bianca hasn't had a world championship match in about a year's time, about 8 months probably, since she's been in the the tag division for a hot grip.
Hmm. You know, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Um, you know, we are going to get into your segment tonight. Bray, your segment is match of the week.
Yeah. We
From any brand, from any goddamn wrestling you've seen this week, what is your match?
My match of the week, honestly, is probably gonna have to go to Javon Evans. Shout out to our boy for liking the TikTok.
That's
Shout
love,
out for
by the way.
that. And
Appreciate you, gang.
what's man's name? He's my guy. I can't even think of his name right now.
Wesley,
Wesley.
Halloween Havoc match.
Nah,
Oh no, that was at the EC don't
that was at the
ECW
ECW
arena.
place. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, ECW.
First of all, everybody in NXT, you guys killed that show. Loved it. Yeah, that match was definitely a standout because they was clowning in that one. They was clowning in that one. I really enjoyed that match. That was definitely my match of the week. But I also got to give a honorable mention to the match with Roxanne Perez because first of all, that's my girl, and
Yeah.
she was snapping out there too.
Okay,
Like
that's
I said, I just enjoyed that entire show, honestly.
I can understand that. I mean, and like we talked about before, like NXT has put up some exceptionally good wrestling for it. For
Especially as of recently, like I said, like ever since I feel like Stand and Deliver this year, like they just been going harder and harder since then.
and just like Trick Williams and everything like that, a lot of people give him a lot of discredit because they like, oh, he doesn't talk serious on a mic, or he got this thing where it's like he likes to joke around and shit like that. But here's the thing about it: not every world champion has to be serious. You know that, right?
And you also got to look at who he was kicking it with prior to becoming world champion, Carmelo Hayes.
Everything was always about him. Now, granted, if you remember correctly, when Trick Williams got there, he met up with Melo. He turned Melo heel.
Mm-hmm.
Like he put that battery in Melo's back, and now it's just the fact of as time got longer and longer, he realized, damn, I'm putting the battery in his back.
When I can in my back
Like
and later myself.
he's not even reciprocating the same shit to me. He's
Nope.
not reciprocating that, oh hey, I help you get to the top. You help me get somewhere. Like, damn, at least let me touch the goddamn North American championship. Nigga got me to that. I got you into the goddamn world championship shit. Trick
Hmm.
Williams was his mouth for Carmelo Hayes. Now, not saying Carmelo Hayes needs a mouth,
But it
but
also showed
Carmelo
that
had to
Trick,
develop it.
exactly, that's showing that
Yeah.
Trick can talk. And like, yeah, Trick, of course he doesn't need to prove himself right now. He's already shown himself off. Why would he need to keep, proving week after week that, like, yeah, I'm deserving of being your world champion when we've been seeing month after month him show us why he deserves to have that championship right now.
And it's just like, to me personally, it's just like, you knock at Trick, you're gonna knock at the next person, you're gonna knock at the next
They're gonna
person.
always knock at the NXT kids because they're not gonna take them serious until they get
Right.
to the main roster.
And it's just like y'all say, Ethan Page should have still be champion and shit like that. Maybe so. But guess what?
They had different creative
They
plans.
had different plans. Does not mean he gets put on the back burner, because at the end of the day, Ethan Page still has what? He still has his fans from the independents. He still has his fans from the AEW that was like, damn, we should utilize him. And now you got the WWE universe like, damn, I hate this dude, but I also want to see him get his ass kicked. But
Hmm.
it ain't gonna be too many matches where he's going to lose.
Nah, I would say nah. He can wrestle.
It's not too many matches where he's going to lose and then you're going to be like, damn, what were you here for again? You was here to be a world champion, right? Oh, okay. Yeah, no. We're going to put you in a tag team. That's not where he fits in. He
Not at
has
all.
the mic work, he has the ring ability, he has the ring gear, he has the social media presence to literally grow your fan base. He's like Logan Paul for the
I
independent
was gonna say
circuit
he's kind of like an MJF of NXT almost.
in a way.
That
Yeah.
very heel character that you love to hate.
He ain't touched the fourth
Hmm.
wall enough, but I get what you're saying.
He kind of building up that like that core fan base of
Yeah,
like,
nah, I agree.
I can be a dickhead, but people still gonna love me
Yeah,
type shit.
they gonna eat it up, just
Yeah,
like with Chelsea Green and shit like that.
exactly. It all relates
Mhm.
back to that. Yeah, like people, people tired of just seeing a generic baby face. Like, no offense to Cody, I love Cody Rhodes. He's a
Yeah.
very generic, very business oriented face.
I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm waiting for that nigga to be Homelander.
Man, the day he turned that his title run is finna
The,
finna
the,
crank to 12.
the day that nigga becomes a bad
Cause we didn't
guy,
see it in New Japan. Like we know he can be a great heel.
if he is champion by next year and he is a heel, I know that WrestleMania entrance is gonna be wild.
Oh man, he finna come down with the whole gear.
I know
Yeah.
Especially because
it's gonna be fire.
they'll be dropping Gen V season 2 sometime next year. So that'll be perfect timing if they really wanted to get that collab in.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm
saying,
just saying.
I know it's gonna be some shit.
Oh yeah.
Cody Rhodes already knows that he that Homelander, he that, like, I'm just waiting for that, like, I'm waiting for like heel Cody I'm waiting for like the most asshole bastard I've ever seen. Like, how he was taking pictures with kids and shit like that.
Hmm.
Should take their phones, take a bunch of pictures of himself, and walk off. He should make himself literally seem only about himself, because why? Because fuck everybody else.
Yeah.
Why do I gotta continue to keep trying to, fascinate the fans with what the fuck I got going
When they
on?
don't give a fuck about me.
When you didn't give a fuck. Literally a month after I won this title, y'all was like,
We
where's
want
Roman?
Roman.
What's
Yep.
wrong with
Oh, so you want Roman?
And that's
You
what I'm
want
saying. I'm
Roman
like,
so bad? Go get your tribal chief. But bitch, when you go get him, he gotta still come see me for this belt.
and that's what I was saying. That's why I'm like, I get why they're still pushing him as a face. Like he is the biggest draw in the company. But I'm like, I don't think they realize how many fans want to see that heel turn.
And
That heel turn is gonna do numbers.
hold on. You know what? I just noticed in Visionary 23's background, he bought some belts out.
Oh
Pause it.
shit.
yeah.
Let's let him get this. Let him get the flow for a minute. Let's see what you
Uh,
got there.
the world title.
Okay.
The World Championship. Okay, okay. You see, he flexing on this
Right.
episode, but I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at
Now
it.
I
Go
gotta
ahead,
bust
keep
out
cooking.
Sam's
This is
next
my
week when I
personal
come
favorite.
over. Ooh,
Yeah.
Oh,
OG
that's the
spinner.
OG spinner.
Yeah.
OG spinner.
Okay, okay, okay. Yep, yep. And you know what? Since you already on here and everything, we are going to do Visionaries 23 Wrestler of the Week. So You are gonna tell us exactly who is your favorite male wrestler for the week and who is your favorite female. It don't matter what promotion you want to do, whatever
Mhm.
you want to do. And we'll even include tag teams as well. You can give us a man, woman, and a tag team.
Uh, for female wrestlers, I'm gonna have to say it's kind of tough. I'm gonna say Bianca Belair.
Okay.
That's fair. That's
Yeah.
valid. Bianca had a good week,
Mhm.
especially with
Yeah,
that goddamn. Can we just? It just still blows my mind real quick. Not to cut you off,
you
but it's
good?
just like not like Bianca has such good ass ring gear for somebody who makes it theyself.
She
True.
always has the best ring gear.
Now, now I
Always.
will admit this crown jewel, that outfit I ain't like. I said that somebody told a 3-year-old to come here and gave them a
But
hot
you
glue
see,
gun
she
and
instantly got
jewels.
back to on Monday Night Raw.
Oh, that Deadpool shit. That's
You
what
see,
I
that's what I'm
told.
saying. I'm like, see, she can have very hit or miss weeks, but for the most part, you got to give her her flowers because like all her outfits are usually fire. But it's always the sidey shows where it kind of gets a little bit more weird, just because they have such strict laws down there and shit.
Mhm.
Facts. But go ahead, my fault. We interrupting you. What what Bianca Belair do this week that made you just think like, damn, like she deserved that spot?
Just her presence, like she cold in the ring to me. Like she one of the best, and she gonna be the greatest of all time to me for woman. She up there.
I won't I won't take
Hey,
I
I'm
won't I
definitely
won't
not
throw a
second
shot if
guessing
she
that. That
I won't
she
throw a shot.
definitely.
Somebody who came from somebody who came from track and field, had no further
Track
experience in
and field and
wrestling.
gymnastics, and
Yep.
Like
came straight to wrestling and picked this shit up like a book. And
like I can't be mad at that. Like
nah,
she'll legit go down as like one of those ones, and it's just like if you put it for women or African American women, she's still on that list somewhere.
even African American wrestler, she's gonna be like top 20, if not top 10.
Like it's just like she's done so much for who she is and everything.
In
So
such a short time at that. That's what I was saying. Like, it's not even about like the accolades that she has gotten. It's the fact that she's done it in such a short amount of time.
agreed.
Right.
Right. Okay, okay. So who's your man's wrestler of the week?
I'm gonna say Champa.
Champa.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
I like that. He got a little more aggression with him and everything.
You saw that too, right? Yeah.
Yeah, like he just got this certain aggression with himself where it's like like you can tell he gonna turn on Johnny here soon. But
Yep. It's coming.
it's just when. It's like do we get like what did they call him in NXT? Was it like Blackheart or some shit like that?
Yeah. Blackheart. Yep.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think so. Yeah.
Like if they do that and then like he on the crest for LA Knights gold and like well, I mean personally I'm not gonna lie to you, I hope they split them so he can go to Raw so he can go after the Intercontinental Championship because
Mhm.
I'm not calling the US Championship Goldie because it's barely any gold on that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just like he can't go after the WWE World Title because y'all don't take him serious enough for that yet. Plus y'all got babyface Cody.
And they're too busy with the
Mhm.
bloodline.
Like he's not going to get that chance. But if you put him on Raw and you put Brian Breaker against him, he's
Now he
already
takes
got
the
some
match.
history against Brian Breaker in NXT. I think
Yeah.
Brian is the one who took the belt off of him.
Yep.
So it's just like if y'all give him that championship, I just hope that y'all play it right, play your cards right with him because Champa can still go. In my personal opinion, I don't care what
Yeah.
brand you put him on. He deserves at least like maybe a night one WrestleMania moment, whether it's himself or it's as a tag team.
He does deserve his WrestleMania
He
moment though.
deserves something because when he first debuted, the nigga was wearing black and highlighter green with the Miz when he debuted on the main roster. For real, for real. He was a Miz lackey. Do you know how mad that shit made me? Out of all of the people you can go make a lackey, y'all decide to make the 3-time NXT champion.
But it wouldn't be the first time we didn't see a really talented wrestler get made Mrs. Lackey. Okay, O'Brien.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could have.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like,
But then again, I mean, you can say that about a lot of people.
that's what I'm
Hell,
saying. Like they've done this before, where they made
Caval,
people lackeys who really should have just debuted as wrestlers to begin with
like
on their
Mhm.
own.
like with Caval and goddamn Michelle McCool and them and shit like that. They made that nigga a bag boy.
Yeah,
They made this nigga a bag boy, and as soon as he left WWE 2 years after that, that nigga actually showed, hey, I deserve to be here. Like it's just like it's like so many things about like certain wrestlers. It's like it just makes no sense. And Champa being one of those guys who's a main roster highlight, a veteran, a guy who has great awareness, great on the
Hmm.
mic, and y'all put him with the Miz. Not even remembering 2 years ago when y'all put this nigga on the main roster when NXT took over SmackDown for a night. He came out and told the Miz, boy, them sound like fighting words, and then put his knees so far up Miz chin, I really thought Miz was knocked out.
yeah,
Miz jumped off that top rope and caught that knee from Ciampa in them camo pants. I thought that nigga was gone. I thought Miz had CTE and that was gonna be his first, well, his third real injury in wrestling. Which, by the way, can we give Miz some real credit to that shit? That motherfucker has been in WWE for a long ass time and has never had like a crazy ass injury.
Nah,
If he
yeah.
stepped away, it's been for contracts and like movies and shit like that.
outside
Mhm.
obligations, never for like an extended period of time because of the injury and the recovery time.
And it's just like he's done so much for real, for real. So it's like Miz is gonna be one of those guys when he retires, people are gonna be like, damn, we really took
Definitely
this
one of
nigga
those
for
ones. As much
granted.
as people don't want to admit it, but he didn't earn it.
He earned a good amount of respect from me. And then so your tag team of the week is who?
Um, I'm gonna say Motor City because they did show up, show out.
They did good, put on a good match against Grayson and what's that nigga name? Austin Theory.
Yeah, I was say Austin
Yeah, all
Theory.
there.
And Austin Theory, low key, like that nigga, low key a good seller too. Like he ain't
Oh
like
no,
on
he's
Dolph
he's definitely
Ziggler,
a great
but like
seller.
he
Hmm.
didn't he didn't sold some good ass moves. Cause I just saw TikTok with him doing Chris Van Vliet show. Shout out to Chris. Um, he low key like he had said like if he's not remembered for a lot of things, he's remembered for being a wrestler that's able to get like like get the fans emotions.
Hmm.
He catch a super kick and shit like that. He's selling it like he really knocked the fuck
I was say,
out.
who you kind of remind me of when it comes to selling? Maven. Can you remember Maven used to sell the hell out of some moves?
He really did.
Man, I would say Maven is used to sell the hell out of some moves back in the day. I'm like, he kind of reminds me like a modern day Maven, where it's like, he got his accolades and shit, but he's mostly gonna be remembered for like, the big moments of his career and being a phenomenal seller.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fairly fair. Also, shout out Maven, because I ain't gonna lie to you. Since he left WWE and like since he now has him a social media presence
Oh yeah,
now,
definitely be tapping into
he
his YouTube.
he's been low key like actually like for a person like like a Ryback, like a jealous hating ass nigga like Ryback.
Hmm.
He ain't did none of that. He's low key just always been like, hey, I had my fun in WWE. I got to live my dreams. I got a chance to, meet with Undertaker, John Cena. I got a chance to be around all of these guys. And of course, it might be some little secrets, he not telling from WWE or whatever. But
But even then, we haven't heard like somebody come out and be like, "Oh, but hey, Maven was a horrible person, or he did X, Y, and Z." Like it's just kind of like, nah, Maven was he was there. He was cool dude.
exactly. And it's just like the fact that like he's passing this shit on to the newer generation. He's always over there reality wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
He's always with Evolve. Hell, he might be fucking around in the TNA back locker rooms and shit like that, giving credit to these guys. So
Yeah,
it's just like Maven has been such a new light on wrestlers outside of wrestling.
Getting an inside perspective of the business that as fans we don't typically see or
It's
hear about.
Exactly. And it's just like, the things that like most wrestling fans want to hear, Maven is actually telling it. Not saying most other wrestlers aren't, but it's just like it's always somebody who throws a shot at WWE and shit like that. And it's just
Mhm.
like, are y'all not tired of this shit? Like, do you think that what you're saying is going to make a fan think, damn, maybe I shouldn't watch WWE no more? Oh, Triple H and them used to tell me I wasn't good enough. Okay. Triple H said that shit about a lot of guys, and guess what the fuck they are now? He said
yeah.
the same shit about John Cena, where John Cena is good, but he's not good enough.
Mhm.
He
Hmm.
said that about so many guys. The Miz, and look what happened. He let Miz get a WrestleMania moment.
Hmm.
He let R Truth get a wrestling moment.
Mhm.
He's let Johnny Gargano become Johnny Wrestling, the underdog. He's let so many people get a chance to prosper now, and I hope that he does right by certain guys. But it's just like, if he, like, most people aren't satisfied with after they leave WWE because they believe that they're the star. But get your head out your ass. Nobody
Hmm.
cares anymore. Like, look, if WWE couldn't see I'm good enough talent, all right, cool. I'm gonna go to Ring of Honor. I'm gonna go to fucking TNA. I'm gonna go do this
You have to
independent
show.
shit.
I was in because think about what Drew McIntyre did. That's what exactly he did. He left WWE, went to all these other promotions to show WWE like, hey, I'm really the star ticket that you guys are missing out on. And then guess what? He came back and won a title 2 years after he came back.
Hmm.
And it's just like, it's like so many people just got this thing to where it's like, oh, I'll never go back to WWE. I'm gonna be real with you. If you didn't have a world title or you didn't have a mid card championship at least 2 years, at least a year before your shit was up, you wasn't that important anyways, and you wasn't gonna come back, gang.
Yeah.
You wasn't.
That's just the
Like,
reality of
let's
it.
just be real with it. Because certain people, when they get released and shit like that, you can see them coming back. Like
Hmm.
like Cody Rhodes, you could see that he was gonna have his moment to come back after he put on his star performances. Cause something just tells you he wanted to take over one more company before he left,
Hmm.
Yeah.
before he's done with everything. CM Punk, he left on bad terms, but once you
Never
see
thought
him
he
in
would come back.
AEW, nobody thought he would come back until he left AEW, and everybody was thinking to himself, "Damn, CM Punk really came back just to leave again, and now we ain't gonna see this nigga until it's time for him to get inducted to the Hall of Fame." And then we got that War Games in Chicago, and everybody was like, "Wait a minute."
That's crazy to think that that was only a year ago. I still
Yeah.
remember. I still remember that fucking moment, bro. Because I think Sav had just came in from like doing something, and when I was just talking, I was like, "Oh, the pay per view had just ended," and I kid you not, I heard that fucking soundtrack hit, and I've never snapped my neck to a television so quick in my life.
You know,
Yeah.
because as we was watching and shit like that, I'm like it's
Remember,
legit,
it was
like
the
it was
rumors
zoning
had
out.
floated. The rumors was flown around and shit, but it was also like everybody was like, "Oh, we don't have any information." Like people on the inside was like, "We don't know about this."
Like it just was like legit at the end of the match when everybody was standing in that ring and like they was just like slowly
It was
zooming
zooming out.
out.
You was thinking it was
And I was
over.
like, you know what? Maybe
I was
we're
like,
not
"That's what
gonna
we said."
get shit.
I
I
was
was
like,
like,
no punk, but nothing crazy." Then they said, "Damn it."
bam, as soon as that shit hit, all I could think about was fuck everything I just said.
Yep.
I
We needed this
I'm
moment.
not gonna lie, I yelled a little bit. Like I was like genuinely like, yo, like this is like fake. Like he's not walking out of that fucking that back room.
Oh no, my jaw dropped. I was at work.
And then he walked out that motherfucker and I was like, yo, he's dead ass back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like that's why wrestlers say you can never say never to something because you really never know how things are gonna pan out in the future because it is a business and business models change as time progresses.
Hmm.
Exactly. Hell, we could see Undertaker back for one more random ass moment in wrestling.
Ronda
Who
Rousey may
knows?
say she may come back to wrestling.
Don't she better not
She
ever
bet
come
no.
back to WWE.
I was just throwing out names.
She
I was just
better
throwing
not
out
ever.
names.
Ronda Rousey, you better not ever step your foot back into a
Now I'm thinking
WWE
about the shit
ring.
she talked about WWE when she left.
You tried to piss everybody off with the shit that you did and said, what about it? Then you went to Ring of Honor and realized don't nobody give a fuck about you in the wrestling world no more.
I forgot about
Hmm.
that. I thought that was
We
a
do not
fever
care.
dream.
We do not care no more about
I
you,
thought that
James.
Hell,
shit was a fever dream. I'm like, she didn't go to Ring of Honor. Oh my fucking god, that bitch went to Ring of Honor and thought she was going to be on one.
Cause the only place somebody want to see your ass now is an octagon, respectfully, to be disrespectful. You
yeah.
tried to shit on our wrestling world for so many motherfucking years and then tried to say all of this. Now, the backstage shit with Gulak, fuck it. He was a dickhead. If you beat him up, sure. But on the outside of it, you tried to make it seem like you were supposed to be the queen of all of this shit. The UFC and wrestling is two other things.
Brock
The
Lesnar already had
UFC,
accolades when he came back to WWE. He was already a wrestler before he was a UFC fighter. See, what I'm thinking was her mindset was, oh, Brock went to UFC and came back to WWE. I can do the same thing and like get the same amount of respect he did. But she doesn't realize that Brock literally worked his ass off in WWE for what 3 years straight before he left. Then went to UFC. Then came back and then proceeded to do 5 years of crazy work before she even debuted.
and you see, that's not even the main thing that fucks me up about it. It is the fact of when Brock left WWE and went to UFC, he never shitted on WWE.
He never talked bad about
Yeah.
WWE.
Now, of course, he buddy with VKM.
Yeah, that's what we call him now.
VKM.
Hey, yo.
That's an old TNA nod. If you know, you know. But but it's like he had a fair enough relationship to where he didn't go shit on the wrestler. He didn't go shit on somebody like he didn't go shit on the John Cena. He didn't go shit on the
Hmm.
Batista. He didn't go
He
shit
stayed
on
in
a
his
Randy
lane. He
Jordan.
minded his
He
business.
was like, you know what? They got something going on over there. I do miss the promotion. If I do go back and shit, it might not be a forever thing, but hey, you never know. Ronda
Hmm.
Rousey shit was WWE needs to treat me like the star I am, but not remembering the reason why you jumped over from UFC to WWE is because you met that Amanda Nunes bitch and she put hands on you.
He took one L and
Yo
couldn't go
time.
back.
She put hands, feet, everything on you. And I remember that so well.
Cause you
I
remember
know
it
you
was
was
right after
wearing
that Ronda
blue.
Rousey we was just talking about that Ronda Rousey song about Uzi. It was right after that song came out that she got her ass kicked.
You mad because they put belt to ass over there, and then when you went to WWE, you thought you was just gonna be putting belt to ass to everybody else. No, you still got to pay your dues. And the
Hmm.
women in the back didn't like you because hell, you probably had that aura of
Oh,
I'm the
you know
big
she was
bad
definitely
bitch.
walking around acting like she was the creme brulee of the backstage scene.
But it's like I get it. You do the judo, you do the taekwondo, like you got a little more accolades. You done actually made some women tap out. Congratulations, woohoo! This is wrestling.
Hmm.
This is not this other shit that you be doing. Respectfully, we do not care enough to
Nah,
where your accolades just say fuck it to everybody else's.
facts.
So that's why you'll never ever ever hear me give Ronda Rousey any grace. I don't give a fuck. I was even a fan of her first match at Mania. Having that be her first match, I was a fan of that moment until she kept shitting on it. And then kept shitting on it. And for some reason, WWE kept saying, put her in the main event of Mania.
She was a draw. She was numbers.
She was numbers, but she was numbers for the wrong reason at that time.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And that's just my personal opinion on it.
I
But
mean, I mean, shit. In my personal opinion, you didn't say shit wrong.
I, I wouldn't take it back any goddamn way. 'Cause I don't get no fuck. Fuck she gonna do? Fuck
Your
she
ass
gonna
on
do?
the
Say,
arm bar.
but Ronda Rousey, I got the forward card, sweetheart. You gonna get your ass shot. You come over here. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't care if you're a woman or not. Equal. My Glock is an equal opportunist.
Ooh.
Foul. I don't care.
Motherfucker, break for everybody.
Your husband, foul, foul, foul. I don't care. Everybody's gonna get shot in that motherfucker. I don't care. Because at the end of the day, I'm talking my shit just like you talk your shit, right? So nobody should be mad. Like you said, nobody should be mad because you're talking about professional wrestling, right? And I'm talking about your professional wrestling career and your UFC career. And don't even get me started on that weak ass Expendables movie you was in.
Oh yeah. That
But
was.
you know what? You know what? You gonna get your own side quest episode. I promise you. It's just gonna be me in here for 45 minutes on your ass. I ain't even gonna hold you.
Jesse got a hit list of motherfuckers gonna get their side quest episodes hit on.
Oh, trust me. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's a few other motherfuckers in my head because don't think I.
That's why I say you got a little hit list going.
Oh ho ho. Vince Russo, do not think you are safe at any
Oh,
motherfucking
Vince, we
point.
still on that ass.
Vince
You thought we
Russo,
forgot about that 3 episode? Nah, we still on that ass.
I want
Yeah.
you to know. I got some shit I'ma say to you. Don't even worry about it. You'll see it. You'll see
Your
it.
time will come.
If it say Vince Russo, he gonna watch it. So you know. I
Yeah.
got some POS. But we are gonna get into one of our segments for tonight. And that segment is going to be connecting a wrestler and a rapper together. Now, gentlemen, I'm going to pull up my random generator for rappers. I'm gonna say the rapper's name, and y'all basically gonna tell me exactly what rapper fits this description
Bet.
to a wrestler. So let's go ahead and pull it up real quick. We are on now, so let's go ahead and spin. Today, the first rapper we are gonna choose is Gunna. What wrestler in wrestling anywhere reminds you of Gunna?
That's a tough one.
It is.
It's not for me. Wesley.
You think so?
Wesley said that his brothers was a distraction to what he wanted to do and everything, and that we was a group and all of this other shit, but y'all left me high and dry and all of this other shit to where I had to defend for myself. Gunna the same way. Gunna blamed a lot of other niggas for this shit. When all actuality and shit like that, that's just how I feel. It's between Wesley or it's between Ethan Page. Because
Yeah.
I got to think about the two most hated niggas in the world. In the wrestling world, it was Ethan Page when he first got into WWE. When Gunna got out of jail, he was public enemy number one.
I agree to disagree there.
You know, I mean, that's 50-50. I mean, hey, this is the podcast to where we gonna disagree, but we also gonna talk our shit too.
Exactly.
So hey, that's a fair one to
Yeah, I can't
disagree
think
on.
of one for Gunna.
That's fair. That's fair. Let's see what we gonna add to here. Hmm. Let's spin again.
Did I say Megan Thee Stallion?
That says Megan Thee Stallion.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
bro.
Bianca. Oh, that's Bianca.
You know what? I can see that.
That pure energy and a smart, educated black woman who know what the fuck she talking about.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
I that's Bianca. That's Bianca.
That you know what?
I would
That's
say that was the first thing I came to my head. I was like, is that Megan? I was like, yeah, it's Bianca.
the fuck. Hell no. I don't even know who the fuck that nigga was. Hold on.
What was his name?
It's like ASAP Nat or some shit like that.
Oh my, ASAP Nast. He can rap, but he ain't that crazy.
So the next one is Buster Rhymes.
Ooh.
But
Booker T.
yeah, Booker T. I was just thinking that.
Booker T.
I can see that. Yeah.
You
You know
remember
what?
Bus had dreads back in the day?
That is true. Damn,
Bus,
that's a
but
good ass
Bus and
comparison, bro.
Booker T are like, come on now, that's like two peas in a pod.
That's a good ass pick, bro. Let's pick
Yeah.
another. All right. Who is the DJ Khaled of wrestling?
Ooh, fuck.
Good question.
An annoying ass nigga.
Carlito.
You think so? I
And
was
I don't
thinking,
mean for good. I mean shit. He joined Raw's biggest faction, and he don't really do shit but say that's cool in the background.
an occasional
Yeah.
funny ass moments. Fuck, you might have it right there. You might be right.
Yeah.
I, no disrespect to you, Carlito.
We love you, Carlito, but it's just how
Like
they bucky you, brother.
like you gonna be one of them ones for the Puerto Rican people. But nigga, you the DJ Khaled.
Yeah, I think I gotta give you that one. I think that one's a perfect one for one right there.
Next, we are gonna do YNW Melly. So we gotta find a crash out.
I would say a straight crash out.
Crash out. Uh, I ain't
Damn,
gonna
when
say
did we got that many
Ben
crash outs?
Ben Ben Ben.
You trying to get us shut down. Out of every crash out, nigga, that's the one you pick. All right. I would have said Randy Orton. I would have said Randy Orton before that. I would have said like 2009 Randy Orton.
Yeah, 2009 Radio Order is actually a pretty good. I mean, you could think about it. Elliot for potentially killing his friends. What did Randy Orton do to everybody who was trying to support him?
He
Yeah.
definitely turned on the niggas.
Nigga had legacy. What did he do to them? Forced the niggas to try to jump him, and they still lost.
True. Let's see what we got here next. Get Meg the Stallion be trying to Meg the Stallion and popped up twice. Hell nah. The little peep of wrestling.
Darby Allen.
Yep.
Yeah, Darby.
Yeah, we gotta explain that to just the
We
next
can just
one.
move on.
The
We
next
can
one,
just move
yeah.
on. Who is the ex Tentacion of wrestling?
Ooh.
Somebody who always makes people lit when you hear or see them.
Jay.
Controversial at the beginning of his career, but loved by the end of it. Uh, That's actually a really tough one.
I'm gonna say Jeff Hardy.
And I was kind of thinking, I was like, Jeff Hardy, maybe?
I'm gonna say Jeff
Oh,
Hardy.
Jeff Hardy, yeah.
Reckless with what he did,
Doing it all for the fans.
but had actual passion behind it, and was a smart person. I'm gonna
Like I
say Jeff
said,
Hardy.
only cared really about the fans.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
Nah, yeah, that's a solid one. That's solid.
let's see.
I wouldn't be surprised if X loved Jeff to eat too.
I mean, it's hard not to love Jeff Hardy.
Exactly.
true.
Who is the Doja Cat of women's wrestling?
Ooh.
Crazy, but funny. Chelsea Green.
Yeah.
Chelsea Green. Always got a crazy ass outfit. Always talking like a Karen.
But you can't get enough of her. Yeah, yeah, that one's pretty accurate.
That's who I would pick. Next, we got who? The fuck is that? One and only.
I listen to a lot of underground music. I don't know who the fuck that is.
I
No
don't.
offense.
No offense to you, bro. Keep making music,
Obviously,
gang.
I have no
I
idea who
don't
you
know.
is, brother.
Takashi 69. We
Oh
just gonna move
God,
along.
so a rat. I don't think there's a lot of rats in wrestling.
Nah.
Yeah, nah. Gonna have to move on. Let's see who we got next. Boy, they really want. See, ever since the Visionary 23 said Chris Benoit, and that nigga done popped up twice. Nope. No disrespect to you, Quavo. Can't find a nigga like you.
No, Quavo a different breed.
Yeah.
Let's see. The Big Sean of wrestling.
Mm.
Big shot.
Highly disrespected, but a great lyric. Cedric Alexander.
I was gonna say Cedric Alexander, or I would
Yeah.
even say Shelton Benjamin.
Yeah, Sheldon too. Yep.
Very phenomenal, loved by the fans, but commercially and critically not really seen as that great.
Hmm.
That's fair. I would agree with Sheldon Benjamin too. Hell, I would even say MVP as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can honestly put them all into that kind of bracket of like very talented wrestlers that really didn't get the push they really needed to kind of elevate them to that next level.
Hmm.
No, that was a quick one. Let's see who else we got here. The Tupac of wrestling. Damn,
Ooh, fuck, that's
That's
gonna be
a good one.
hard.
damn.
That's gonna be tough.
Considered one of the greatest.
Tupac of wrestling.
You know, this is gonna be very, very
It's gonna
controversial.
be very. Fuck.
But I'm gonna put my vote in for Bret Hart.
You think so?
Ooh, Brett.
Bret Hart put on a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Bret Hart always gave back to his community.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Bret
Right.
Hart never really gave too many people hate, except for Biggie and goddamn Bad Boys. But then again, you could think the Hart Foundation versus DX.
Facts.
Yep.
That
I
was
was
Death Row
thinking,
versus them.
fuck, who did I just have in my head? Damn, you said Tupac, and I fucking forgot who I had.
Why he thinking? What you think, Visionary 23? Who would be the Tupac of wrestling?
Oh, I was gonna say Stone Cold. A rebel.
Stone Cold.
That's fair.
A rebel don't want to conform to what is naturally seen as order. Gonna have his own approach to things. Unethical about certain approaches. I was thinking Stone Cold.
Don't give a fuck either.
Mm-hmm. Gonna
Yeah.
talk his shit, and if you try something, he gonna fuck you up.
True. True. True.
That's a good one. That's a good one, okay. All right,
Yeah.
shit, fuck it. We're gonna go with that one then. This next one, Visionary 23. Who is nope. It was NLE Chopper. We're not gonna do that one.
On Nearly Chopper.
Mm, nah, nah,
That
not
ain't even a
London.
rap.
Nope. London on the track. I ain't heard a verse from that nigga yet. Who is the little baby of wrestler right
Ooh.
now?
Little Baby.
Mm-hmm. I got somebody in my head, but this one yours.
I might say Carmelo Hayes.
Not bad. Not bad. I can see it.
Yeah.
I can respect it.
Hitmaker, not nothing out the extraordinary, but when he featured on some shit, it's pretty good. I
Yeah.
was gonna
I say
say,
we pair him with the right person, they can make some phenomenal shit.
I was
Mm,
gonna say, I was gonna honestly say Javon Evans, just because Javon
yeah.
Evans, like he came from the independents and working himself up from a new name, the ground up, and
Hmm.
he's moving at a trajectory to where if they do call ups in the next year, if he's not an NXT champion in down there, he needs
Hmm.
to be up there in the main roster fighting for the IC title or the United States Championship.
No, I could definitely agree. I
Yeah.
just he just kind of seems like he's a little too advanced for NXT sometimes.
True.
I can't deny. I'm just saying if he get a Rumble spot, Randy
No,
Orton needs to be there for RKO.
that's what I'm saying.
They need to
Yeah.
get
I
their
don't think
moment back.
anybody's gonna be mad if he gets in the Rumble.
He needs his moment back with the fans for
Hmm.
when you push him up there. For when you put him up there, it ain't just him sitting there, one waiting for something to do, like a Cedric Alexander
Mm-hmm.
or a Baron Corbin or Apollo Cruz. If y'all
Yeah.
gonna put him up there and do it right.
Facts.
Let's see. We're gonna do a few more spins on that, and then we're gonna get into our 20-minute wrestling rants. DJ Khaled again? Hell nah.
Another one. I had to.
that
That
was
was
a good one.
fun.
That was a good one, baby. That's a good one. All right, this one's a good one too. Who's the Kanye West of
Ooh,
wrestling?
fuck.
Ooh,
CM Punk.
that's a great one.
I was gonna say Kevin Owens.
I said CM Punk for the fact of he's not liked by many,
Hmm.
but his core fan base gonna always outweigh the hate.
Right.
Very true.
Got some controversial takes, but his fans always gonna support him no matter how crazy the nigga talking.
Yeah.
And when it push come to shove, he gonna deliver.
Yep.
When push come to shove, you put him in a tight situation, he gonna deliver. Not always,
Hmm.
it's not always gonna be the greatest thing, but you let him cook, he gonna fucking cook.
Yeah.
Not mad at it. That's true.
Plus, two Chicago natives. I feel like it's only right.
Chicago. Yep.
Fair. I give you that. Let's see. Who is the Rick Ross?
Hmm.
Rick
The
Ross.
biggest.
Who-
Um. Mark Henry. I say Mark Henry. It might be a hot take, but I'm saying Mark Henry.
I can see Mark Henry. They both
Yeah,
have the same energy. Big boss player. Wants to be at the
Hmm.
top.
yeah.
I can respect that.
Yeah.
Ricky Rose in the Hall of Pain, like those. Them
Those
two
seem like
niggas go
those would go
together.
together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for
For
Yeah.
sure.
some reason that's a good one. That's
Absolutely. I can't be mad at that one.
yeah, no, that's fairly accurate.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got next. Goddamn, Big Sean ass must really want to be mentioned. You my dog, but hell.
That new album ain't pushing enough numbers. He got to get talked about again.
Yep.
Who is the Chris Brown? Ashanti the Adonis. Nigga
Yep.
always trying to be a lover boy and shit like that, giving bitches flowers and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Conceited at times. It's Ashanti the Adonis. We just
That's
gonna
true.
move on from that. That done.
Not even gonna give it a second quest.
Nope. Do we got somebody in wrestling that's like him?
Like Schoolboy.
Yeah.
See, I was gonna say, I was gonna if we got like a West Side Gun, I was gonna save that for a Swerve, but I can see Schoolboy and Swerve kind of having very similar, like shits.
Mm.
Kind of, when they first came out, very huge, very loved, and like I would say the difference is like, because I listen to a lot of Schoolboy. Schoolboy has that essence of a street nigga first and foremost, and a family man first and foremost, and that's what I feel like Swerve kind of always been is like, I'm gonna focus on me and making sure that me and my people straight before I focus on anything else type shit. And that's kind of what I've been picking up from Schoolboys. Like, I don't need this rap shit. This shit just something to pay the bills. I just do this shit because I have a passion for it.
Mhm.
Enough said. Shit. All right, we're gonna do two more, and then we're gonna get into the final segment. So, oh,
Shaman? Shahaman? I don't know.
I don't know you, gang. Shit,
Salute.
keep making music. The Dr. Dre,
Mm.
Triple H.
Yeah. I was
Yep.
gonna
Out.
like a Godfather essentially. Yeah. Triple H.
He cooking with the shit. That,
Yeah.
Facts.
and then our final one today. Let it be a good one. I said, let it be a good one.
Who's it? Crisscross.
Hmm. Just for you old head ass niggas, we gonna do one more, but I give you an answer for who is the crisscross of this wrestling shit. The Street Profits.
Facts. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. True.
Yeah.
Loved by all, never utilized well.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's perfect description. Holy shit. That's a right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-mm. Nope. Not at all.
One big moment.
Who?
Low loaded. I feel like I've heard that name before.
Is that the nigga? Is that the boy who passed away from
Nah,
having
nah,
the
that was Lil
health?
RT.
The final one.
We gotta do this one.
Who in wrestling is the soldier boy of wrestling?
Big ass ego.
The
I feel like
Miz,
nah.
two-time Grand Slam champion.
I
He
feel like
always
nah. I feel
talk
like we
about
can
his
find
shit.
somebody way cockier than the Miz. Just gotta be.
Only other
Hmm.
person I can think of is Shawn Michaels.
Nah.
Nah,
Wouldn't say it's Sean.
nah. He got a little bit more talent than Soldier Boy, respectfully.
True that. True that.
Who would be the Soldier Boy wrestler? Hmm.
That's a
Kind
good
of
one.
tough.
That's really tough. Cause see, I like the Miz is a great option. Don't get me twisted. I just feel like it's too easy to be like the Miz. Cause I feel like there's somebody who's like embodies everything that Soldier Boy has embodied, and we've seen over the last 4 years.
Yeah, but it's to gloat and get his shit off because he don't feel like he get respected. The Miz is the same way. The Soldier Boy is always saying he the first to do this. The Miz has said in multiple times he been in the ring, people disrespect me when I'm the only two-time Grand Slam champion in WWE. I was the first contestant from the real world to make it into WWE.
and win a fucking championship.
I'm the first wrestler to make sure I'm holding a belt and doing a movie at the same time. I'm the
Yeah,
first person to piss Daniel Bryan off to where he wanted to come back to wrestling. He could say all of that shit, and it just reminds me of Soldier Boy.
You're right. I
yeah,
think it's gonna be the Miz. I think you're right there.
So, but we are now done with that segment, and we are gonna move on to 20-minute wrestling rants because again, there is something that I just have to say to one specific person again. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is 20-minute wrestling rants. Let's go ahead and start the timer. And let me just get a solo. Let me get a solo real quick. Adam Pierce, if you are going to be debuting a women's intercontinental championship, if the Judgment Day, not even Judgment Day, if Liv Morgan or Raquel Rodriguez interferes at any point, fucking up the trajectory of this tournament, if it is not going to lead to some big money shit and they interfere, just go ahead and get that belt to Raquel. Because that's y'all only other plan. Because y'all don't believe in Dominic enough to be a world champion. Y'all don't believe in Finn Balor and JD McDonough enough to actually give a fuck about these belts. And y'all damn sure don't give a fuck about Carlito. Because Carlito's not beating Brian Breaker. Y'all not setting that shit up on TV. So if y'all are going to sit here and bring out a women's intercontinental championship and y'all don't give a fuck about it, discard the women's tag team championships. Discard it or bring that shit back to NXT. Because there's not enough women on this roster for y'all to fuck this moment up. The only real tag teams you got is Piper and Chelsea. Damage control since Asuka and Dakota's gone. Katana Chance and Caden Carter. And I can't think of another main roster tag team. It might be one, the Metaphor Girls. They've been doing a good job as well too. But if y'all are not going to give these women a real chance to actually fight for these titles without having Liv Morgan hands on all of this shit, get rid of one belt. Get rid of the women's tag team championships because it's clear y'all don't give a fuck about them. There's no way I've seen the women's tag team championships in NXT defended more times than I've seen the women's tag team championships on the main roster defended when it was Tamina and Tamina and Natalia, when it was fucking Raquel and Aaliyah, Liv and them. I didn't see the belt as much until after Liv Morgan got injured and Raquel got injured and shit like that. I didn't see that belt as much. Y'all gave it to who was the goddamn tag team champions after them? I think it was Damage Control.
hmm
Yeah,
I didn't see Damage Control go on either brand and go defend them belts. I didn't see
they
them go down
barely
to
defended
NXT and talk
titles.
them shits. I ain't see
yeah.
nobody talk them cold cash shit. So therefore, if you are not going to give women's wrestling a chance by having the NXT Women's Tag Team Championships defended on every brand, do not, and I repeat, do not do it at all. That's just my little rant, y'all. My apologies. What
uh,
what what are we? What else are we ranting about today?
really didn't have any gripes with wrestling this week. One thing I did see that was interesting was I can't think of bro's name, but somebody just called out Swerve in AEW because he wants to be part of the Hurt Business. So I think they're still trying to plant these seeds of possibly Swerve joining them and shit. Which I feel like would be interesting, but I think I'm more interested in seeing Swerve go against like Bobby Lashley rather than teaming with Bobby Lashley. You
Yeah,
know,
honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you.
I don't want
It just
Swerve.
doesn't. It just
It,
doesn't fit him.
it don't like
It doesn't fit him to
every
be a
time.
backbone to
And here's
Bobby.
the thing: every time Swerve has been in a faction, he always betrays them. So it'd be like, would this just be the inverse, where it's like he joins this faction, they do their shit, they get Bobby the title or whatever, then they turn on Swerve. I just feel like that wouldn't fit with Swerve's character and how we've been building Swerve up to this point.
Like Swerve has been built like a one man wrecking crew.
It's just him and Prince Nana.
It's like
Yeah.
if you put him in the faction and shit like that, now you got two managers, you got two stars that deserve the world championship, and then you got Shelton Benjamin who could be the TNT champion
Hmm.
or the All
And
Atlantic,
I just
All
don't want
American, whatever
another
the fuck it's
situation
called.
like how the Hurt Business was in WWE, where it's like exactly like that. Like we got all this talent, but yet we aren't doing shit with them. Think about it. Before they left to go to AEW, they had the fucking Street Profits. What the
Hmm.
fuck are they doing with them?
But to be fair, Scorpio Sky is still signed under AEW. If y'all can't get Cedric Alexander right now, maybe Cedric doesn't want to go, or maybe he's just waiting until his contract is up. If y'all are going to have Cedric Alexander come in, there still needs to be one more guy on that Hurt Syndicate. And why not let it be Scorpio Sky? Him and Shelton Benjamin got kind of the same wrestling skills. No, he's not a veteran like Kim. Well, I mean, he's a veteran, but it's like he doesn't have to like the WWE like moving over to help the other brands because Sky can still go. Shelton Benjamin again, like I said the first time and shit like that during our side quest episodes. You only guaranteed maybe if you're over the age of 35, you only guaranteed another maybe 7 to 8 years of wrestling.
Hmm.
And if you independent, probably way lesser. Because WWE is not going to be doing all the hardcore shit you can do in the independent scenes, which is why I say Darby Allen is going to be fucked up when that moment comes and it's time for him to retire. Because he didn't been put through glass. He probably didn't been set on fire. The nigga done jumped off of so
I
many
think he had been
things.
set on fire. I think they hit him with a flamethrower one time.
I thought he had the flamethrower and he burnt Jack Perry pants.
Yeah.
I forgot what was that in. Was it All Out or some shit like
It was
that? I
earlier
forgot what it
this year though.
was.
It was
Yeah,
like
it's like he set Jack Perry ass on fire. He might have got set on fire too. Who
That's
knows
what
with
I'm saying.
Darby
I'm
Allin?
like, knowing Darby Allen, he probably set himself on fire.
So it's just
yeah.
like when it comes down to it and everything, it's just like the Hurt Syndicate could be something good, but it could also be overshadowed
It could
with
literally
a
just be an
lot of
exact
shit.
repeat of the Hurt Business in WWE. It all purely depends on if Tony Khan feels like he can actually do something with these guys rather than just, you know, doing exactly what WWE did.
I'm just saying. Only reason why I say that is because House of Black was supposed to be a faction that was supposed to terrorize wrestling, and that didn't go nowhere. Um,
The BBC didn't seem like it has been. I mean, the Blackpool Combat Club seems like it had been dissolved and changed into whatever this new faction they're calling it is. What do they call that shit?
I don't even
I
know.
would say it had a really stupid name. It pissed me off as how stupid it was. Hold on, I gotta look it up because it's that fucking stupid.
The Nightmare Factory as a faction, as a unit of all people who trained under Cody Rhodes. Like there's so many factions that AEW try to pull together to make some of these wrestlers be more seen and shit, and it's not going to fully work because you don't have enough TV time. Here's what you should have done, AEW. If you're going to have three different shows, split up that roster and specifically sign those wrestlers to those shows. I don't even care if you got to get GMs back. If y'all don't want to do the GM thing, but y'all are like, hey, maybe we need a GM to, show discipline, make all three different shows be different or whatever.
Hmm.
Fuck it, do it. I don't care if people gonna mock you for WWE, but at least it shows you have some control over rosters.
And it's some differentiation, like different shit happening on each show. Also, I figured out the name of the faction. Death Riders.
That's Riders.
Death Riders.
Why that shit sound like a comic? Why that shit sound like a comic book?
It sounds like a fucking.
It sound like it was like a comic book made for Ghost Rider, the like nigga with his skull and shit like that. Like
Yes,
that's
they're
what
called
that
the
shit
Death
sound
Riders
like.
now.
The
Yeah.
Death Riders. I don't like that shit.
No.
That's not it, gang. Tony Khan, whoever your marketing nigga is for these names, go ahead get them out. Go
Well,
ahead.
see, that's the thing. It was Moxley who filed for the trademark, not AEW.
Moxley,
Yeah, he filed for the trademark.
don't ever get into. Don't become a producer for wrestling ever. Respectfully, my man's. If that's all you got, again, I'm not saying the Shield is revolutionary and shit like that, but you had some fire ass shit that you can go around with the Shield. If you don't want to call them that, the Hounds of Justice.
Yeah.
What you gonna call the Death Riders? The Beatdown Clan? Like what are we doing here? What?
That's they literally could have just kept the Blackpool Combat Club name and it would have been totally fine.
It would have been okay. Literally, we the Blackpool Combat Club, but we got a little bit more edge on us now.
They didn't even have to say that. Just we're gonna show you why we called that.
Like
Mhm.
it could have been just like, oh, hey, people have been saying we've been falling off. So we're going to show you that ain't shit wrong with us. We gonna
Mhm.
get meaner. We gonna get aggressive. Or we are going to show you why we run the business. And if you want to sit in the back doing nothing, that's fine. But we are not going to do that. We are not going to just keep letting the same guys come in. We are going to fuck up everybody until there's nobody but us left.
Right.
That's how I would have pushed that shit.
No, I
Yeah.
100% agree.
But hey, that is what it is.
No, like I said, I agree there.
Mhm.
And then, so, Visionary 22, what's something you want to talk about? It don't even got to be about rents no more. I already got my shit off.
Um. Y'all know the Final Five. It was Survivor Series. I think 2009. It
Yeah.
was. I think it was Randy Punk, um, Real Regal, Legacy against Kofi, Mark
Yeah,
Henry.
I know what match you're talking about. Yep.
I know exactly
Yeah,
what you're
I
talking
know
about.
exactly what match you're talking about.
Kofi
that.
Kingston being the survivor.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Being, yeah, I remember that
Because it was
shit.
right after that whole incident with Randy Orton and the NASCAR car and him fucking up the spot. It was out. It was after all that controversy.
Yep, I
Yeah.
remember the hell out that. That's when I thought WWE was gonna take Kofi Kingston serious.
Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that.
Or was that right before it all?
I think it was before it.
I think, yeah, you know what? Because that Kofi Kingston shit happened early 2010. You're right. It was
Mhm.
right before that. So that's when they were starting Kofi's push. And he
Yeah.
had that match with Randy.
And that shit went away.
Mm-hmm. Just that quick. We had to wait, what, 18 more years before Kofi got his? I
Shit,
mean, 8 more years at that point?
nigga, it felt like 26.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's crazy to think about that shit. Like, like we always thought like everybody prime years were like when they won the gold. But Kofi without the goddamn big belt
He was still cooking.
Yeah.
still had that shit.
SOS, that, I mean, that motherfucking theme song went crazy.
Yeah.
Boom, boom,
Woo.
boom. Like,
Hell,
I wanted him to bust that bitch out for the one time.
Hell,
yeah.
even the air boom shit, like they was a good ass
Oh
tag
my
team.
God, him and Evan Bourne was crazy.
Like, and even then with this New Day thing, since they finna celebrate 10 years,
You think they finna break him up?
they got to.
I think
It's
so.
been
I
10
think
years.
they don't show up and try to, reconcile things, but I think by then the damage I already been done.
It's just like if it's Xavier, it's been it. I'm gonna be disappointed just because it took too long
Mhm.
for
I
Xavier to turn.
I feel like for a while the New Day has kind of just been, especially since Biggie's injury back in 2022. I feel like the New Day has kind of just been dragging his ass because they really don't know what to do with them at this point.
At all.
No,
True.
and that's kind of like even when like Biggie first got injured and they were like, it's a possibility he's not coming back. I was like, then it might be time to finally wrap up New Day because I was like, if you don't have the three members, you can't make it work with just two. And like, yeah, we've had extended periods where one of them has been out, but that's an injury. We're talking about possibly this man's career being permanently done.
But if y'all are gonna make it a turn, just let Big E get one bump. and see how he feel.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least like it don't got to be a crazy bump. You don't got to like get suplex or nothing. Like have him get pushed over, have somebody super kick something,
Like,
Hmm.
yeah, like Kofi finna get ready and hit Xavier with the move.
and then Biggie steps in trying to stop him, and Xavier ducks, and bam.
And Kofi hits Big E with a SOS. I mean, not a SOS. I'm sorry, a Trouble in Paradise.
And that was and have that be the real moment where Xavier's like, nah, fuck this group. Like you just
Yeah.
attacked our boy.
Not even that. Hell, if I just feel like the swerve needs to happen with Kofi.
No, it does.
Like it's just like we've seen a bad guy Kofi, but we've never seen a solo bad guy Kofi.
Hmm.
We haven't heard him actually get on that mic and sound like he pissed off.
Yeah.
They have always just pushed I mean Kofi as just the baby face.
Like the last time we seen him pissed off for real was
I can't even think of
probably like when he what he did with Randy Orton.
Yeah.
it. I was to say, yeah, he never has a moment where he literally loses his shit. He doesn't.
So it's just like, with that, I just feel like, Kofi Kingston being a bad guy should be something interesting.
It'll definitely be an interesting turn. But like
And
I said, I
then,
also want to see Xavier Woods fucking turn heel as well.
yeah, but I also, for some reason, Big E taking a bump, and if he feels good about it, you got your opener for night 1 or 2 of WrestleMania. A New Day show off.
Mm-hmm. All three
Ooh.
is
Oh,
just going at each other.
yeah.
Literally, the crowd is going to pop when they hear Big E's solo entrance music. We all want to be big. Just say that.
Cause we ain't
Yeah.
heard this shit in
The
forever.
last time I heard Biggie music and it got a crazy ass pop is when he cashed in on Bobby Lashley at the
Yeah.
end of Raw to win. I love Kofi. Kofi winning out on the grandest stage is one of my top WrestleMania moments, but my top moment for wrestling ever is watching Big E come down ready to win the championship. I don't care if Bobby Lashley was injured. I don't give a fuck. Biggie winning that shit meant so much to people because it was another story of an underdog getting his moment. And another moment for when a cash in is done right.
Hmm.
Facts.
True.
John Cena saying, hey, I'm going to challenge you and I'm going to tell you when I'm going to challenge you.
You can't see
That,
me.
that I ain't gonna lie, when he won it and did that shit pissed me clean off. Cause I was like, so you're just disgracing the whole point of having a cheat card.
You could have just asked this nigga, hey, can I get a match for the WWE Championship?
Like, yeah,
Right.
it's a contract. Like, yeah, you technically could just have the other dude sign it and it's officially a match. But it's like the whole point of the Money in the Bank is that anytime, any place, you can
Hmm.
go in and take that title cheaply. That's the whole point of the Money in the Bank. It's not about, oh, I'm finna get my one on one with bro and show him why I deserve to be the champion. No, it's motherfucker. I'm finna take your shit, and then when you try to come get it back, I'm gonna kick your ass
Facts.
It makes no sense
at all.
for it, and it's just like Biggie having one of the last moments. Not saying the Damian Priest moment doesn't matter.
Hmm.
But like a huge, big ass cash in.
It's like everybody knew eventually Damian Priest was gonna have to cash in this championship, cash in that Money in the Bank
Because he was getting too
case.
close to when Money in the Bank would have happened.
Like
Yeah.
it was getting too close to that point, and you have to award the man for taking an ass whooping in Puerto Rico to Bad Bunny.
Hmm.
The
You
bad
gotta
fucking Bunny.
You got to award him for holding on to a tag team championship, being Money in the Bank, taking ass whoopings on live events, national television, going over to other goddamn other goddamn shows, taking ass whoopings and shit like that. He do it for the love of wrestling, and it was a good way to give him his moment. But Big E was one of those moments where you was just like, yeah, nah, they ain't gonna let Big E win. Big
Hmm.
E just gonna hold that belt. I mean, gonna hold that goddamn briefcase and then probably drop it to somebody like Otis did. When Big E came down there and he did his little jig coming down there with that motherfucking briefcase, all I thought to myself while watching it is, this shit is happening. I'm on the edge of this chair that I'm on right now when this nigga won, just like this, looking at the TV, because I knew that that moment was coming, and if it came immediately after we hear 1, 2, 3, We transitioned the championship off of one black dude to another. You let him have a good title reign. You let Big E beat Drew McIntyre, and I ain't gonna lie to you, I ain't see that shit coming.
Hell no, I didn't see that one coming.
I
It
ain't
was
see it coming
crazy.
at all. So it's just the fact that that shit happened, and that you know we are just we are just in the making of seeing who is going to turn on who first.
Hmm.
And that is just one of them situations to where we just have to wait and
And I was
see.
really gonna say, like, at this point, since it's literally happening on tomorrow, is this one of those situations where it's like we're gonna just literally have to fuck around and find out.
And we just gonna have to see who's gonna become the bad guy. It would be the biggest motherfucking swerve ever if it was goddamn Big E who turned on both of
Oh
them.
my god, could you imagine he just come in and
Oh
clothesline both of their asses? Like, I'm sick of y'all niggas.
Like that would be it.
And that's his come back to the ring. Oh, that'll be crazy.
yeah.
Hmm. But yeah, nah, everybody. This has been another episode of Four Ropes Full Podcast. We had some good conversations. We compared wrestlers in the rap community together. We were able to, give out match of the week. We was able to give out superstars of the week, and we were just able to have a little bit of fun today. Um, like we said before, our boy LC from 773 couldn't be here today. He had some other obligations that he had to take care of, but he will be back next weekend. That whole episode is going to be an LC 773 segment. He's going to pick all of our segments. I won't know about it. Broke Boy Bray won't know about it. Visionary 23 right over here ain't going to be able to. He won't know anything about it either until he gets there and everything. So all of this is just gonna be coming off of the jump. And you know, us being this many episodes in and everything, and us being this close to being able to do a live stream of the next pay per view, which is very soon.
Which I was just looking that up. I was actually gonna say Survivor Series is the 30th. So theoretically, at the pace we are going, we should be able to live stream Survivor Series.
And we've been seeing some things about some guys not being able to post the live reaction clips on TikTok and stuff like that. But we won't be doing all of that. We are gonna watch it together. We are gonna give our opinions together. If we get some clips from it and everything, sure. But we're not just gonna add the WWE wrestling stuff and things like that. Just because we are such a new channel and everything like that, we don't want to get it shut down for copyrights and everything because we're having fun with it. And we basically are going to be doing the lives to interact with you guys as we're watching. We want to get y'all opinions. We want to get y'all mindsets and feelings about how the matches and everything are going. So, with that being said, Survivor Series is around the corner, and I am happy to say that we are allowed now to broadcast our live streams over Facebook. So, with that being said, I'm pretty sure that we are going to be doing it on Facebook, but we'll also add a community post in the YouTube if we are able to actually do it with our YouTube area. So if we can YouTube live and be able to do it on Facebook as well and everything, that just means a little bit more interactions from both sides. You can check out the Facebook page, you can check out our YouTube, even the TikTok if we get there. Um I don't know about Twitch yet. We might do, a Twitch episode, of live streams for Raw and everything, but that won't be consistent. That'll just be a random pop up and come hang out with us.
I would say we also, we can fuck around and just play 2K and shit on there too. Kick
Very
it.
Yeah.
true.
I
Like
literally like a find a random ass day, just kick it, play some 2K, talk shit, talk about wrestling.
game of night with the boys. All you guys got to do,
Just let us know.
like, comment, share, subscribe. But with that being said, right here, you see who we got here in the front. We got our boy Visionary 23. And then, as always, I'm Jay the Kid. That's Broke Boy Bray.
Yo yo.
And let's get us all back on here together. We want to forever and always thank you guys for wrestling.